Hello, folks. Reloading Bench back with you once again. And this is not necessarily a follow up to the standing desk project, but because I'm finishing up with that and debating if I'm going to do another coating of the butcher block oil or not for the top. This was my kit for doing that. I was on a call at work the other day, and video call. And it was very clear that the person, one of the people in the meeting, before the meeting had begun, we were chatting, and it was very clear he was at a standing desk. So I made a comment of, I can tell you're at a standing desk. He said, oh yeah, and then he told me who he got the desk from and everything, because I told him that I was going through the process of putting a standing desk together and what I was looking for and all the blah 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 blah. Well, during the conversation, he was talking about his monitor. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got, my main monitor is a 43-inch. And I'm like, what? 43 inches? I didn't even know they made monitors in 43 inches. So he said he had a main monitor in the center for the work he's doing. And then he had his email and his OneNote on a left and right monitor dedicated to those apps so that he wasn't having to do anything on his main monitor. But I'm thinking with 43 inches of real estate, you could do a whole lot on one monitor. But that's besides the point. So I asked him, what was the name brand of the monitor? Because I've never seen a 43-inch monitor. And I thought, God, that's just got to be incredible in terms of, presence in front of you, in terms of the brightness, the pixels, the amount of real estate that you can show. So I went over recently to my local Best Buy. So first I went online and then I started looking 43-inch monitors. And this is, and I've not confirmed with that person, but I'm assuming, he said it was a Samsung, and Samsung only has one 43-inch monitor, which is the Odyssey Neo G7 43-inch monitor. And I saw a bunch of reviews on it. So I approach monitors and some compute technology in the wait and see category, meaning if a brand new monitor comes out that has all the bells and whistles that everybody's wanting and it's the hottest thing since sliced bread, I ignore it because I'm not going to pay the premium. I think these were well over $1,000 when they came out a year ago, and here's Best Buy doing a Black Friday for $500. So you save $500. So, that's a pretty good deal in my book. Again, is this the latest and greatest technology? I have no idea. At 4K, is it better than what I have? Absolutely. It's got a USB hubs built in, a whole bunch of bells and whistles, and it's 43 inches. So that's just, David and Goliath. My monitor today would be David. This is Goliath. So I went to a local Best Buy, and so this is a little bit of a vent, as in VENT, on customer service and sales attitudes of salespeople. So I go to the Best Buy, and I'm reasonably proficient with technology. Like I'm looking for this monitor. So I walk the entire store. Obviously where all the monitors are, then where all the computers are, then where all the laptops are, then where the security is. Anywhere that there could be a monitor. I even went in the TV section because this is the size of a smaller TV, and this was not on the floor. And when I go to my Best Buy, type in the name of the location, it tells me ready in an hour. So that means they have them, but do they have them on display? Who knows? So I walk the whole store and I'm like, I don't see this. So I thought, okay, let me ask somebody. 99% of the time when I go into a Best Buy and I'm walking around, I have multiple, can I help you, sir? Can I help you, sir? No, I'm just looking home. So the one time I go in to actually want to pursue something, there's nobody coming up to me. So I stand at the counter while a gentleman in the blue shirt is helping another person, waiting for him to be done. It was at that point another Best Buyer came up to me, employee, and said, have you been helped? And I said, no. And I said, yeah, I'm looking for your Samsung Odyssey G7. And then he gave me a size, and no, it's a 43. I think he said 47-inch. I was like, no, it's a 43-inch TV. 43-inch monitor. And he starts walking all the places I've already been. And, it's clear he doesn't know what this is or where it is, because he's looking at, as I did, all the labels of the names and whatnot. And, I say to him after the second time, I was like, yeah, I've already checked here. So that's when he stopped. He's like, yeah, are you going to buy this today? I'm like, I don't know. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see the base. I want to see how it tilts. I want to see it. I want to touch it. And then I smarted off. I'm like, do you buy things without seeing them? That probably pissed him off. So then he turned back around, and we were having this conversation as we were both walking. And then he turns around and says, yeah, well, Samsung probably didn't pay to have this particular one on display like these other monitors. And then he touched the monitor. And to me, that was his way of saying, yeah, I'm done helping you. So I just looked at him. I said, great, thanks for your help. And I walked away. I'm like, dude, I don't need your bullshit. If you're not even willing to find this, whether it's, I think the only reason you were willing to go look in the back was if I was going to buy it. Because he even said, when I smarted off with, yeah, I'm not going to buy something I can't see. He's like, well, you have until January 15th to return it. I'm like, why buy it if I'm not interested after first seeing it? Again, the whole thought process is throwing it back on the customer like, hey, it's all on you. How about you as the employee do your effing job and find this particular monitor, which you were unwilling to do. So I walked out. So as I was walking out, there's a gentleman up front, watching all the security cameras. And I said, hey, by the way, do you guys have like a little survey thing, customer survey to fill out? He's like, no, why, what's up? And I explained, yeah, I was trying to get help with the monitor, and he didn't know where the monitor was, and he wasn't interested in finding it to bring it out. So, I'll probably have to go to Amazon. You guys are basically Amazon's showroom. And he just looked and smiled and, yeah, I guess. And I'm like, wow, you guys, if you won't help me, you're not helping yourself, because if everybody who comes into Best Buy doesn't get any, assistance with purchasing, and then says to the whomever, I'm going to go to Amazon, you guys are going to be out of a job at some point, because Amazon's going to take away your ability to deliver, because, I get it. You're an employee. You don't give a shit whether you sell something or you don't. Actually, the only reason you care about selling it is because you probably are working off commission. So your interest, when I didn't respond with an enthusiastic yes, am I going to buy it today, which in hindsight, I should have said, yeah, I think I'm going to buy it, and then change my mind after I see it. It just doesn't add up. So customer service is very, very different today than when I was growing up, and of the age of those who now work in those stores. So if anybody has experience, because some of the reviews are mixed, Amazon reviews are really low, like 2 stars. Best Buy's are 4 stars plus, 4.2. So if anybody is familiar with the 43-inch Samsung Odyssey Neo G7, let me know if it's worth it at $499 for something that would be a monstrosity on the standing desk. And that is it for tonight. Rant over. Later.